Hey guys, welcome to this tutorial. We are going to learn how to work with Android Recyclerview. We are going to create a Recyclerview, populate it with a list of names, perform OnClickListener, whereby when you tap any item within the Recyclerview, a new activity is opened and display the name of the clicked item. We are going to add a search view, whereby when you search any item in the Recyclerview, it's going to be filtered, and when you click it, you are going to display in a new activity. So let's get started. This is a fresh project that we're going to use. I'm going to start by changing the default colors. So I have a list of colors here which I'm going to use. For my color primary dark, accent and white, I'm going to use those ones. For the text colors and for the gradient color, since I'm going to work with gradient, and even for the icon colors. Then I'm going to change my default app theme to no action bar, and then I'm going to add my Recyclerview dependency. So I'm going to copy this, paste it here. This should be Recyclerview. I'm going to sync my project. Then I'm going to create my background gradient color here. I'm going to call it background BG. The shape. The shape should be rectangular. I'm going to have my gradient color, start color should be start color, end color I'm going to work with end color, and then center color I'm going to work with center color. I'm going to type should be linear, and the angle I'm going to give it is 90. In my main activity, I'm going to work with relative layout. Now I'm going to work with linear layout. I'm going to have orientation to be vertical. I'm going to give a sum of 9, and the background color should be background BG color. So I don't need this one. I'll have my linear layout here. I'm going to match parent. I'm going to give it 0, but I'm going to give it a weight of 1. Inside my linear layout, I'm going to have toolbar. I'm going to match parent, action bar size, and I'm going to give it an ID toolbar. Within the toolbar, I'm going to have a text. Don't need this one. And this one I'm going to call list users. I'm going to give it color, white color. I'm going to give it a size of 16. And I'm going to give it alignment of, I'm going to align it center, that is layout, gravity center. I'm going to have another linear layout here. Match parent, I'm going to give it 0, and I'm going to give it a weight of 8. I'm going to give it padding 10, and the background, let me create background here. I'm going to call it Recyclerview BG. I'm going to shape. The shape I'm going to give it rectangular. I'm going to have solid color, and the color should be white. I'm going to give it corners. the top left radius, I'm going to give it 25. Top right radius 25. Bottom 0 and bottom right radius 0. So I'm going to give this one background color Recyclerview BG. So I'm going to learn this one and see what we have. This was my first one, so let's learn this one. Installing application, launching. So we have our activity. I'm now going to add Recyclerview here. Match parent, lab content. I'm going to give it an ID, Recyclerview. I'm going to give it margin start 3 and even margin top 3. In my main activity, I'm going to find toolbar, and I have Recyclerview. So Recyclerview, find view by ID, add.id.recyclerview, and then toolbar, find view by ID, add.id.toolbar. I'm going to set support action bar, toolbar, for the title. So for this one, I should remove this one, should import the one for Android-X. This dot get support dot set title, I'm going to set null, and then Recyclerview dot set layout manager. I'm going to new linear layout manager, and I'm going to set context as this. I'm going to add item decorator, and I'm going to add new divider item decorator, this divider item decorator vertical. I'm going to have my model class that is going to hold users, so I'm going to call it user model. Within it, I'm going to have private string users or username. I'm going to generate constructor, and I'm going to generate getter and setter. Then back in my main activity, I'm going to have a list of users, list, user model list, which is new array list. Then I'm going to have my string of names, and I'm going to populate names. I'm going to have Richard, I'm going to have Aries, I'm going to have Hannah, and I'm going to have David. You can add as many as possible. Then I'm going to have for string s, I'm going to look through names. Then user model is equal to new user model, and the username will be s. Then I'm going to add this one to my user model list dot add user model. I'm going to create a data class. So new Java class users adapter. I'm going to extend Recyclerview dot adapter, and I'm going to give it user adapter dot my inner class will be user adapter VHV holder. I'm going to generate this class. I'm going to extend Recyclerview holder. Then I'm going to generate constructor there. Here I'm going to have private list user model. So user model list. I'm also going to have private context. I'm going to generate constructor. I'm also going to create a new react here, which will hold on display the users. So I'm going to call it low users. I'm going to have relative layout, match parent lab content. I'm going to give it a padding of 10. Within it, I'm going to have relative layout. I'm going to give it 50. 50. I'm going to give this one a background. Let me create a background color. I'm going to say users BG. Shape. And I'm going to work with rectangle. Sorry. Color I'm going to have let me see the color that I'm going to use here. I have my gradient color, so I'm going to use U0. And I'm going to give it a radius corner radius of 90. So this one should have background of users BG. Within it, I'm going to have a text view, lab content. Text size, I'm going to give it 16. Color, I'm going to give it header color. Then text, with add T. I'm going to center it. That's the prefix of the name, the prefix of the username. And then I'm going to have the username here. It should start at, give it 90. Should align it vertically, not horizontally. This one should carry username. Give this one an ID, prefix, and this one ID, username. I'm also going to have image view, lab content, ID, image view. I'm going to give it a margin of 10, and the source, I'm going to generate it here. The next button, I'm going to change the color. So I'm going to work with my icon color. So I'm going back to my adapter class. I have text view, prefix. Now another text view, username, of image view, image view icon. Let me find them here. TV prefix, item view.find view by ID, al.id.prefix, TV username, item name dot find view by id al.id dot username, and I have I am icon item view dot find view by id al.id dot image view. Let me see the id that I've given this one is image view. Then in my on create view holder, I'm going to return new user adapter vh, then layout manager, layout inflator dot from. I'm going to pass the context here. Context is parent dot get context dot inflate al dot layout dot my user low user, and I'm going to pass loot as null. On byte view holder, the size I'm going to return user model list dot size, and then on byte I'm going to have user model list dot get position, and string username is user model dot get username, string prefix user model dot get username dot substring first character, then holder dot tv username dot set text username, holder dot tv username dot tv prefix dot set text my prefix. I'm going to attach this user adapter to my Recyclerview, so I'm going to have user adapter new user adapter. I'm going to pass my user model list in Recyclerview dot set adapter user adapter. So let's learn our project and see what we have. Launching activity. Wow, great. We need to work on this one. I don't know where it's displaying. Okay, this is my icon. I need to position parent head. Line parent head true. So let's learn again and see. Installing launching activity. Wow, great. So when you tap, there is nothing. So we need to add OnClickListener. I'm going back to my user adapter, and then I'm going to create an interface. Public interface. I'm going to call it selected user. Inside it, I'm going to have method void selected user, and I'm going to pass user model. So I'm going to pass this one in my adapter private selected user. I'm going to pass it in my constructor. This dot selected user equal to selected user. So when my item view is start, item view dot set up new view on click listener selected user dot selected user get selected user dot selected user my list, user list model dot get. I'm trying to get position, so get adapter position. So back to my main activity, implement user adapter dot selected user, generate, implement the method, and then pass it to the constructor. Once the user is selected, I'm going to open a new activity and display the name. So let me create a new activity here. I'm going to call it selected user. I'm going to have my relative layout. I'm going to have my toolbar here. Let me just copy from selected user. With the background, I'm going to give it primary color dark. Then I'm going to show the selected user. So I'm going to center it. Center in parent true. An ID, I'm going to call it selected user. Selected user, and the color should color header. This is selected user. I'm going to find selected user. Text view, TV user. So TV user, find view by ID, al.id. Selected user. So I'm going to get the past data. Let me pass data from this activity to my new activity. So start activity. These are with pass data from one activity to the other. So main activity dot this selected user activity dot class, and I'm going to put data, and the data that I'm going to pass is user model. So for me to be able to pass this one, I need to implement serializable. In my selected user activity, I'm going to get the past data. So these are get past data, intent, get intent, check if intent is empty, get extras. If not, go to null, get the data, user model, intent.get realizable data. I'm going to cast it, and then set this TV user, set text, user model dot get username. So let's run our project and see what we have. Launching activity. So when I tap Richard, I have Richard here. When I tap Hannah, I have Hannah here. When I tap David, I have David. So I'm going to add a search view whereby we can be able to search this Recyclerview list. So I'm going to create a new Android resource directory, which will be menu. Inside menu, I'm going to create a new menu resource file, menu. Then I'm going to have item, title, I'm going to give it search view. I'm going to have ID, search view. I'm going to have icon, Android search menu. I'm going to show the icon Android. Then I'm going to have action class. That's my search view. This should be up. In my main activity, I'm going to have I'm going to override this method. So override on create option menu. So I'm going to return true. Then I'm going to inflate my menu. Get menu inflator dot inflate add dot menu menu. Then I'm going to have menu item menu dot get menu dot find item al dot id dot search view. I have my search view here. So dot menu dot search view. So let's see what I have here. I have the ID is search view. So this should be id.search view. Then you have a search view is equal to menu item dot get action view, which I'm going to cast to search view. So then search view dot set max value integer dot max value. Search view dot set on query text listener new search view. This should be true. And then override on option item selected. We're going to see int id item dot get item id. So if id equals al dot id dot search view, I'm going to return true. So let's learn our app and see what we have. Installing, launching. Wow, the view hides our search view and even it's black. So I'm going to change this one. When I search, nothing happens since I've not filtered in my adapter. So I'm going to have in my main activity Android soft video soft input mode adjust fun to prevent it from hiding the view. Then in my style, I'm going to add item control. I'm going to give it white. Let's learn and see. When I tap, there it is. So I'm going to add search filter. So in my user adapter, I'm going to implement filterable filter new filter. I'm going to return filter. I'm going to add another private list user model list filtered. This dot is equal to user model list. So user model equals filter results.bar. I'm going to cast it here. I'm going to notify dataset changed. Here I'm going to have my filter results. Filter results is equals new filter results. Filter results. Then if car sequence equal to null, all car sequence dot length equal to 0. I'm going to have filter result dot count to be user list filtered dot size, and filter results dot var get user filter list, which I'm going now to return here. Else, if there is a search value, I'm going to have string search character, which will be car sequence dot to string dot to lowercase for uniformity. I'm going to have a list user model. I'm going to call it result data, which is a new array list. Then for user model filtered list. Then if user model dot get username dot contain a searched item, let me put it to lowercase for uniformity, contain search character. Then my result data, I'm going to add user model. Then I'm going to change my filter results, result data now, and result data. So back to my main activity. When you perform query search, we're going to have user adapter dot get filter dot filter new text. Let's see. So if I type Richard, it's filtering. If I type Alice, it's filtering, and I click, a new activity appears with the name of the clicked item. So I'm going to change this one, maybe put it white. So I'm going to add a new style here. Style, I'm going to call it toolbar. I'm going to have item, edit text, color, and I'm going to give it a color white. Then in my main activity toolbar, I'm going to give it them toolbar. So let's learn and see. Installing, launching. So if I type Richard, it appears, Alice appears, and I click, a new activity is displayed. Thank you guys for watching. If you are not subscribed, subscribe for more tutorials. If you have a comment, if you need clarification, feel free to comment below.